I'm sure a lot of you have workbooks that have multiple worksheets to them. And there might be a situation where you might want to see maybe quarter 2 or quarter 3. And usually what you'll do is you'll click onto that tab and you can see it, obviously. Well, what if you wanted to see, let's say, both quarters at the same time on the same screen? How would you do that? Now, in those situations, you can just utilize the one screen to be able to do this. I'm about to show you, but it's even better if you do have like a multi-screened environment where you could make, let's say, quarter 1 show up in one window and quarter 2 show up in another window, right? And then you can see them both side by side at the same time. So how would you pull that off? Well, what we do is, it really doesn't matter which sheet you happen to be on, but if you go over to the View tab, all right, there's a item on there called New Window, this one right here. When you click onto it, it seems, well, I'm on the same screen here, but it seems like nothing really happened. But what you'll notice is that it has up here Workbook, you know, the name of the file here and everything, but it has number 2 next to it, right? Well, here's what's happened. Let me just kind of drag this off a little bit. What's happened now is that you now have 2 different, or two windows, I should say, with the same thing in it. See? So I can actually, I'm just going to move this over a little bit so you can see it. So what I can do is, what I can do is I can say, well, I want to see quarter 1 there, but on this window, I want to see quarter 2. How about that? Or quarter 3 or whatever it happens to be. Now, if you're working in a multi-screen environment, you can actually take this and drag it over to the other screen like I am right now. And you really can't see this, everybody, but I now have the that second window, or actually it's the first window. This is the second one here. But I've got that in the same area. So I've got this one here. This is on my first screen. And then what you can't see over to the right here is my other screen. I've got 4 screens here, but over to the right here, I can actually see that other one. That's one way of doing it, all right? The other way, if you only have one screen, would be to take this window here, all right, and kind of resize it, kind of move it over like this. So put that one there. And then I can take this one over here and bring that one in as well. All right. A little bit of work, but, you know, works out pretty nice. So now I can actually see maybe I'll do quarter 1 on this side, quarter 2 on this side. Now I can see those 2 sets of numbers. What I can also do, there's a little bit of a Windows technique that you can employ here where you can kind of take this guy here, move it to the right there, and I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of it kind of gives you like a, what do you want to call it, like a little shadow there, and you let go and it splits, it does that, but then you can maybe take this and kind of pull it down like that, all right? And then what you can do is take this one. I mean, this is if you're like a perfectionist here, right? And you're doing this and moving out like that. So I got the 2, and I can kind of go, you know, back and forth between them. And I can look at either side there. That's pretty neat. And then while you're in this mode, you could actually have something like something in here, in that cell there, and say, you know what, I really need to have that over here. You can actually kind of point to it right here, hold on the mouse, and just kind of drag it over this side and let go and move it over. So you can do all those things as well. So I don't know, I think it's kind of a neat little technique that you can employ. Hopefully you can maybe use this. And then at some point when you're done with the multiples here, what you can do is just close up one of the windows. You can either do this one or you can do this one over here. It really doesn't matter. Click it, closes it up, and then you can just kind of point to the title bar here and double click it and go back to full screen there. So hopefully this is something that you guys can use. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.